Hey, I was just doing a couple of readings and figured I'd do one for the internet. The whole internet. Anyway, this is for today and tomorrow, whenever you're watching this, so just the immediate energies of what you've been manifesting and what's being manifested. And instead of getting advice on what's already happened or the possibilities of what could happen, I want to get information for you. It's my intent that we get information for you for what you don't know that could really benefit you. Basically what the universe has been trying to tell you, that you've been too stubborn, that would actually help you in knowing. The Four of Pentacles almost flipped over. So you obviously know that there's something to know that you've been denying. You've been avoiding knowing something, but you've put yourself in a position to know something. It's just that you already know what it is that you want to know. You're just not admitting what it is that you want to know. Okay, this is coming out weirder than I thought it would be. Sorry, just getting stuff out of the way. So, what you should know, man. You're obviously looking for answers, right? And it's about a love situation. Something that had you feeling really... Honestly, this card, this energy is terrible. You know how you feel about it. You know you've already gained the enlightenment. You've gotten the message through both ears. The moon has lit up and darkened. The waves, the oceans, the continents have all flooded and returned. And you're still pretending that you don't get it. And this whole thing of feeling so arrogant and petty at the same time, but also grief-stricken and just pathetically giving up because of what happened, when what's happening and what could happen is still flourishing. It's tragic, honestly, and not in a emotionally disturbing or damaging way, but in a complete kind of way where someone would ask you, how can you ignore what you yourself know internally? Not what other people have told you, because usually that's where this gets you, or what other people tell you gets you to this. So relationships 99% of the time are messed up through external influences. Internally, people can communicate back and forth like two ravens on a stick until they sort out their problems. Because when two people love each other, they can get through anything together. When other people get involved, when the third cup shows up, usually the mind and the heart of one of the people, the foresight and the hindsight, gets diluted within the liquid of the other person's imagination. So then you get to the Five of Cups, because you were at the Two of Cups, and then the Three of Cups showed up, and then you were at the Four of Cups, kind of thinking, is this person really loving me? Because this other person said that this person could love me better, but they're not. And now I don't know if this person loves me or not. And then you get to the Five of Cups and you're like, I'm out. They don't love me as much as they should because, this other person said so. So you've kept yourself in this hangman position to try to get wisdom on the situation, but you already know the wisdom of the situation. What you're hiding from yourself is that the relationship that you've been avoiding and turning your back to the situation. And relationships go with money, food, homes, your job. It's a relation to something. So since the humans are basically biodome ships, biocolonies, you're relating to a ship. Okay? That's as easy as I can break it down for you right here. Your connection with another person, the thread you hang upon with another being, was tested with the sabotage of an external force to see how devoted you were and how much you trusted that connection won't let you fall. The only reason you gave up on that connection is because of someone else's interference. The connection is still there. There's still fruit and abundance growing all around it. There's still sunny days and beautiful pastures and everything, and there's a swan in the water, which means what was ugly will become beautiful. You know, the whole ugly duckling turning into a beautiful swan. So you already know that, honestly, this feels similar to what I was talking to my sister about a few weeks ago. You know when you're making a mistake and you know you're making a mistake, but you're pretending to not know just so that you can make the mistake and then learn the lesson again because you're afraid of moving forward past that lesson? Everybody does this. Oh, I shouldn't have that ice cream. If I eat it, then the toothache I have will get worse. But then you go and eat a piece of chocolate. Oh, I shouldn't go talk to that person because if I do, then, they'll tell me about how terrible something is and then I'll feel bad. But then you go and click a card reading somewhere of somebody you know is going to make you feel bad. And the end result is the same. You go to ask for a job, a pay raise. And the entire time you're telling yourself, I'm not going to get the pay raise. And then you go and the guy doesn't give you the pay raise. And you're like, see, I told you. But you're the one that did it. You manifested it just along with the other person. So if you're going and saying, oh, I'm not going to get that pay raise. Oh, that relationship sucks. Oh, I'm never going to fit into those pants. Oh, blah, blah, blah. You're not going to, because you're manifesting it. And your thoughts are tricking you. So you're there trying to get something, out of yourself. And in the past, it's like, but this happened. In the future, it's like, but that happened. And then your friends are all going, yeah, and then all of this happened. And you're like, yeah, I'm just going to lay here and try to figure this out again. It's an endless loop. The point of all of it is that you already know. Because in your heart, oh, this person's name that you're dealing with could be with an M. Look at that. I just noticed this. There's an M. Or if you want to break yourself free, W. And not everything is black and white. Please refrain from allowing other people to influence your life in any way. If they're giving you advice, that's great. But make certain it's advice for the path you're going on, not for the path they want you on. The advice coming to you here is that you already know. You already know that the love is real with the person that you turned your back to. You already know that both people have evolved and changed because enlightenment has been gained. You already know that the ugly has become beautiful, and the third people and whatever the situation was that had you turn your back away in the first place is over. It was just there to get you to turn your back to this. Get it? People come into your life when you're in a really happy relationship. The tempters, the succubus and incubus, they come into your life at that point to get you away from that connection. So if you're keeping yourself in a state of limbo on whether you should or shouldn't, you're working on the energies of that saboteur. You already know. When a connection is this strong between people, the only thing they can do is get you to destroy it yourself. So what you don't know is that you already know. You're just not admitting it. And it's kind of sad, actually, because it feels like there's a lot of history in this reading. Yeah, no, the Four of Pentacles. No matter how, look, again, Four of Cups. No matter how much you attempt to pretend that you're hurt because of the past, these pentacles didn't bend themselves. And that other person isn't the only one that bent those pentacles for you to stand above them and look at how bent they are. And I apologize if I'm being in any way insincere or rude. This is just such... No, yeah, there's justice in the situation, but not the kind of justice that makes anybody happy. It's like when somebody... I don't even know what kind of an example to give to reiterate the metaphor of this, to change it around so you comprehend it better. You already know. You already know, like, everything's fine if you would just let go of the thoughts in your head that have affected your emotions and your ability to move forward in life. And moving forward doesn't mean leaving behind the people you loved. It means taking away the messed upness of what people put into your mind and realizing that the only people that matter are the two people that sleep next to each other at night. That's all that matters. It doesn't matter how many Five of Cups you have knocked over or how many pentacles you're holding on to. What matters is, do you love this person? Because this card wouldn't be there unless something really fudged up happened. This card wouldn't be there unless somebody was really deeply doing some soul searching to see if they want to stay with someone or a situation, whatever it may be. So there's a long-standing relationship here that has been tested by the universe and by cosmic universal scales being balanced. Are you going to continue to let people interfere with your love life? Are you going to continue to hold on to the pain of the past that hurt you and that you did to hurt the other person? Or are you going to put this aside, wipe the slate clean, gain the enlightenment, take the wisdom from the pain, and move forward together? Because if you go forward alone, then all you've done is put another checklist, like another check on the, oh, that there's another X, another notch on the belt. Like, you can keep making more and more X's for yourself. It's not going to change anything. Because the next person that shows up into your life again and says, hey, you want to have a drink? Forget about those 2 cups over there. Let's go over there and see what we can do in those bushes. Oh, but I have this true love over here. This, divinely guided whatever. Yeah, but look at what's under my dress. Or under my pants. Come on, let's go. But what about all this love? Didn't he hurt you real bad? Didn't this person, like, completely destroy your world and steal everything from you and, take your whatever and leave? And then you're just holding on to this person. Oh yeah, let's go. And the universe comes and says, hey, dumbass, didn't you want a relationship that's going to withstand everything? In order for that to occur, this had to occur so that you could choose enlightenment and strength and stability and move forward. I can't stand the way relationships are done in this world. I really can't. This is what they are. Look, I was just talking about this. Some douchebag coming into your life and saying, come on, let's go this way. Got a big old cucumber in my pants. You don't need that one. Look at how sad and lonely she is over there in that corner. Just come with me. Yeah, but she's sad and lonely in that corner because some douchebag came into the situation and did this. You know? And she's sitting over there all like, oh, when's justice gonna show up? And then this douchebag's all like, come on, let's go. Ugh. It's like hookup apps gone wrong. What do you do when your relationship's going through turmoil? Install a hookup app and make more turmoil. Ridiculous. Yeah, this person you're dealing with and you're watching this video about is one of your... He's basically the Adam to your Eve. You're the Eve to his Adam. Flip it around however you want. It's still... You two have been carved out of the same stone and have never been broken apart. And every one of these temptations and tests has been to break you apart. And notice the phases of the moon. Dark moon, basically a new moon. All clouded over and everything's focused on the justice and the emotions. Almost full moon. Can't really tell because its emotions are clouded by grief. Almost full moon. But it's darkened on one side of it because she's still holding on to the past and not seeing the light. And then here, a complete brand new moon where you make a wish. And these two are looking directly at it and at the divine spirit in there, wishing to be kept together. So deep down at the core of your primordial being, you truly love someone. And the only issue seems to be what happened, how you felt about it, and what's there to offer you next in the other person. This week I have gone through... Yeah, see? I'll tell you in a minute. This is what this is. So if you were in a relationship that ended because of drama, and then you got into a relationship with someone after that point, like even if it's 2 years after that, or if it's 5 years or whatever, if the reason why you're entertaining this new person has any thread of mental, emotional, or physical connection leading back to why you were in this situation due to this person. Okay, let me break it down a different way because this is too many metaphors. Person A and person B are in a relationship, and person B and person A both screw each other over. Person A says, I'm out, none of this was right, I'm leaving. Because of what person XYZ said to person A. Person XYZ was all like, basically instigating the breakup. Person B went and stuck himself or herself in a hangman position to figure out what they did wrong. So person B is left on the sidelines right now with the Four of Pentacles. Person A goes on and says, it wasn't worth it, I'm moving on, you know, screw the love, they're going to be better next time. But they're still looking back at the connection that they had with person B. They move on to person, you know, Cucumber. And person Cucumber is all like, I love you, but I'm going to disappear real quick. And then I'm going to go with the other person I'm hooking up with because this person's a cheater. Like, I'm not making this up. The Knight of Wands in your life is a cheater. He's lying to person A and hurting person B because he or she has been taking person A away from person B. So, just like I was saying before, you already know this. The person in your life that in any way contributed to person A and B leaving is part of the problem that caused you to need to leave in the first place. The point wasn't to separate person A and B. The point was for person A to see how many different ways people will end up sabotaging this relationship so that person A and B can build a stronger, unbreakable foundation. So no matter how many swords are thrown at them, how many pentacles are made out of them, or how many cups are spilled, person A and B will still love each other and stay together. You see it right here, right? You can read this for yourself. You can look up all these card definitions for yourself. This has been the most basic way I can read this for you. Enlightenment being gained due to a traumatic past. Traumatic past was there due to betrayal. Betrayal was there on purpose to cause the betrayal. This person came into the life to bring balance, to teach person A and B how to have a stable relationship. Because when you're stuck in the 4, you don't know how to move forward because you just got done with the 3, which involved other people. And when it gets to be too much to handle, person A just decides to walk away and go with the one that, has the bigger cucumber. So they go with this person, and then this person has no interest in person A. This person was just an agent of the matrix, there to mess the relationship up, to test the foundation. This person has no interest in person A or B. It was just a job they were doing. And see this bird over this head? It's one of the same ones from here. So this person that wanted to gain the enlightenment, look, black and white, black and white. This person that left the relationship to go find something elsewhere now realizes how much betrayal was actually done to break person A and B up. And then the Ace of Cups at the bottom of the deck saying that, person B's cup is full, and because this person was right here, hugging the cup, and staying in the pool of water. So they found self-love and they're waiting there, like holding on to the pillar of self-love, waiting for person A to return. And at the bottom of the deck again, person A returns, having blocked off everyone else in the path, knowing that they've planted at least 7 years, because the pentacle is about a year, metaphorically it's a year. So 7 years. The 7 years that would have been blocked off due to this douchebag are being opened for a new chapter in life. The distance, the chapters, phases being closed off and started over again. See? Same water. Waters of the Ace of Cups. Moon. The 2 cups going into 1 cup. If you're in a relationship situation where somebody has come into your life and there was a lot of drama and fighting and possibly violence and betrayal and thievery in the relationship, please have the wisdom, the foresight, the hindsight, the inner sight to know that all of this only ever occurs to strengthen this. If this occurs and you bring up this attitude of saying, I'm done, it was too much, then you're going to fall into this person's arms and this person is going to do this to you again. So you go back to this and come back to this, to go back to this, to bring you back to this. It's how it works. Because 2 people that are designed to be together will always come back together. Always. So you can go with this person as much as you want. The universe will bring you back to this. You can betray, sabotage, hold on to the pain, hold on to the grief, do whatever you want. It'll just attract more of this to you. The minute you let go of the shit that happened, the stuff that didn't happen that could have happened, the stuff that did happen that was too much to handle, and the hotter, sexier, younger package that comes in and out and says, hey, 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 hey. The minute you put that all away, what you have left is a union of two enlightened beings, each with their own cup filled, scales balanced, debts cleared, karma cleared, enlightenment gained, hindsight and foresight and intuition reignited, emotions flowing freely, communication occurring, the rose of love at their feet. It's right there. I don't know if you can see it from that far away. And communication, rose, ace of cups. It's almost like the magician. The only thing missing is the pentacles. But it's them. They're the ones that are the pinnacle, the pentacle. This is a true, true, true life partnership here. Whoever I'm rating for. Have the courage and the wisdom to know that all of this was to bring you back to this. And holding on to all of this keeps you from experiencing this in life. So if you're feeling this certain way about somebody, grief, regret, betrayal, attraction to others, put it away and do what this card describes. Extend an apology. Make the move forward, because there's the pentacle that these two were looking for. True love is always tested. Always. Not by anything other than you. It's just how it works. That's why there's so many people in breakups and so many messed up relationships, because they think that the Knight of Wands is what they were after. But it's not. What they were after in the original first place was this. Because when this occurs in a relationship, it means that it's one of these relationships. And if you turn away one of these relationships because of this, you're a fool. A fool, a blessed fool. And not the one that likes new beginnings, but the one that makes a mistake and regrets it for the rest of their life. You don't turn your back on love no matter how much pain there was. Because that pain is there to teach you how to be a better version of yourself. And how to handle things better so that pain doesn't break you up again. You can go through a million relationships, and if you keep stopping at the point where it hurts too much or makes you have to be humble, you're never going to have a good relationship. You have to grow and you have to evolve, which means you have to be afraid, you have to move forward, you have to break through your boundaries, you have to be betrayed, you have to be, abandoned and have things taken from you, because that's what causes the alchemical transmutation within you. To turn the shit inside you to gold, to turn the sorrow into diamonds, to turn your tears into rivers where they nourish an entire planet. That alchemical process brings the unity. You can't have an unbreakable bond unless that bond has been tested to be breakable or not. And if you keep allowing that bond to be broken by other people's words, how much do you really love that person? I mean, you can spend 10 years with somebody, and if your mama or your daddy or your bald-headed granny says something and you're like, yeah, you're right, I'm gonna leave that person. Was that 10 years of your life worth nothing at all? It was just worth the next dick around the corner? Or the next tits or whatever? Really? Look, again, an alchemical process to bring unity between two people, which caused a massive amount of transformation, which usually occurs through a lot of pain, which ended up bringing the Ace of Cups into the situation from both people to fill their own cups, to strengthen the connection that they each have with each other, to let go of what was to start something new. This doesn't mean that the connection is over, because this card is right above it. What this means is that what caused the connection to require a transformation is over, and now the connection is steady within unity and true love, and the damage that was has contributed to the unity and the true love, because this card is here to trigger an alchemical process in all of those. There's no severing of connections here, there's only the ending of the pain. Which means if the pain and the grief and the trauma is over, it's usually one of two things. The person that walked away realized that they should be back with the person they walked away from, or they're just ready to start at square one again with somebody completely different. But it really won't get anywhere, because again, when the connection is this deep as the Lovers and the Ace of Cups, and in this card the universe showing up with the resurrection, the transfiguration, the transformation, the complete alchemical process of changing everything that was from the state of death back to life, the waters of life flowing and the connection strengthening. You've got something in front of you that you don't even know, and you would be a fool to abandon it. And if the relationship is easy in any way, and I mean this in the most simple way, if this person you're with doesn't trigger you, they're not helping you grow. Your triggers are your blessings. The people that hurt you are your deepest soulmates. The people that coddle you and, appease you and tell you that, I'm just like trying to think about this in a way where I can relate this easier to you. And if I'm thinking about it in my own perspective, I would want somebody to throw a really cold water balloon at me if I was about to walk away from the love of my life because of what somebody told me. And if I thought that the love of my life was the one that made things really easy, that we didn't have any problems with, and that everything was fine and it was all gumdrops and candy canes, throw a second water balloon at me, please. Because soulmates love each other enough to hurt each other so that they can grow. And I don't mean violent relationships, but even those are there to help you grow. Just like yeah, I think that's enough. God, giving this, doing these readings, and they somehow end up with the same saga. It's ridiculous. Whoever you are watching this, you've walked away from somebody that is so dear to you that you can walk away for another 50 years or another 20 lifetimes. This person that you're constantly walking away from is still going to be that important to you. I don't care what they did to you or what you did to them. If you and this person were sitting in the same room with no one else around, just looking at each other in kindness, would you be able to talk it out? Would you be able to hug it out? Would you be able to sort out your problems without anyone else interfering? If you say no, then you can, and you're lying to yourself, because that's what the hangman is saying. If you say yes, you can work things out and it's fine, then you're deluding yourself, because it's not that easy. You're going to have to work through a lot of soul issues together. Are you ready for that growth? If not, go with the Knight of Wands, because that person ain't going to help you grow at all. But if you're ready for growth, then do the difficult thing and communicate with the people that hurt you, because that's the only way you're going to grow. If it hurts, then it's helping you grow. And if you're not ready to comprehend what that means yet, I highly suggest listening to some Neville Goddard lectures, or learning about the fundamentals of this universe. You can do this through quantum physics or simply by meditating. And if you don't meditate at least 5 minutes a day, and I mean literally sit down, shut up, close your eyes, breathe, and focus on your breath and clear your mind. If you hear a thought, picture a flower. If you keep thinking, picture a flower. If you can't stop yourself from thinking, breathe deeper. 5 minutes a day at the least. I wish you the best. And you would be a fool to turn your back on a relationship like this. Really. Especially if it's because of what other people have told you, or what you've led yourself to believe to get yourself to forget about the love. Because the hangman, with all that blood rushing to his head for so long, the first place it's going to rush to when he's right side up is his dick, or his genitals, which is where the Knight of Wands came in. Meditate, please. The universe will give you a do-over. Look, I just flipped this. Sabotage. You have been sabotaged. And now here's your opportunity to break free of the sabotage. Which means you're going to need to communicate. Despite everything you're being offered, you're going to have to go and communicate with somebody. Extend an offer. Extend an emotional offer. Some situations call for head or heart. This situation calls for you to work things through with this person. And I'm not making this up. I'm literally reading these cards to you. I wish you the best. Please stop making mistakes in your life and cherish the ones that stand by you no matter what's happened, and not the ones that coddle you. I wish I could explain this to you easier. But I'm intending that you comprehend what's being said, because it's really important to you, to the way you deal with relationships in life. If you have any questions, just comment. I'll do my best to answer them. Bye.